doing the special effects.
Takes a village.
Yeah.
Takes a village, and
They all work well together. I have to give big credit to the Mount Dungeon. It's the Mount Dungeon crew. It's the whole crew. We don't give credit just to Matt.
Dedication.
Please don't give credit.
We don't
just
credit
to me.
just to Matt.
Don't
Not
give
on the
credit
air,
just to
anyway.
me.
It's the whole crew. The whole crew. It takes,
It really
like you
is.
say, it takes a village. It takes a crew to make a Mount Dungeon, and by George, there is one. There's a crew.
You know, what do? I just sit in front of the camera and yammer with the band for a few minutes.
Well, it wouldn't be the same without you or without everybody. You know what I'm saying?
You've got a band in Marshall that should be on it.
You do.
Blue Wing.
We don't know about them. I guess we need to know about them. Need to know about them,
They
huh?
need to be famous. They're pretty decent musicians.
Well, we've been trying to get Lou Royale on. Now, the guy who's going to be playing the drums tomorrow in Lou Royale. Lube Royale. That's
Lube.
Yeah.
That's got to be a pun.
It's just the name of a band, all right?
Oh, it is.
From Doom Ribbons.
Yeah.
He'll be in Doom Ribbons too, but he called me today and asked me if I had like a headset with a little microphone to come out. So he didn't have a microphone in front of him, so it would just travel with him. And I don't. You know anybody who's got such a thing? Well, I had to tell him no, I didn't. But I've been pushing for Lube Royale to be on because they're quite an act, as you know. But apparently the band, this Doom Ribbons, is apparently breaking into the big time right now. It's their moment in the spotlight.
Look forward. They've kind of been on the list of a band we've wanted to get on there for a while. So. And
yes,
they're radically different than Brushfire Stankgrass, who we filmed last week.
Who?
Brushfire Stankgrass.
you have
Stankgrass.
You've never heard of Brushfire Stankgrass?
And
I don't get out much.
Yeah, well, obviously.
well, when we got started on Mount Dungeon, we were trying to shy away from stuff that was overly bluegrassy
Oh my God.
and overly jammy. And they are essentially, imagine a jam bluegrass fusion band. Is what we had last week.
Sort of. Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. But
All right,
they
I
were
have to
appropriately different from the band we had the week before as well.
I have to tell you, I'm late on the 420 roll. I didn't
Go
set
for
my
it.
alarm clock.
431.
Yeah, this is the 431 roll. So pretend like it's 420. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I have technical difficulties with this particular one because and I stayed up late working on it and I stayed up late 2 nights in a row working on it. That may be what's wrong with it. I stay up too late working on it. But there's technical difficulties, and I apologize to the musicians during which the technical problems come up. But that was just inevitable, and now is the day, and it has to run. Okay. So, but there will be my new favorite band is on here. I hope you'll like them. Their name is Yuck.
Yuck.
Uh-huh. You weren't here yesterday, were you, Matt?
I was not.
So you haven't seen Yuck
I
yet.
have not seen Yuck. Leaning back.
You're watching the 420 roll.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer.
Always, Cry Theater and Crowd 5.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Ruvalo, and you're watching the 420 roll.
You see what happens?
He's doing a Jerry Garcia imitation.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? What do you think? That's a Jerry Garcia. Oh, I see. Well, see what happens is there's technical difficulty. It freezes up, and I just have to go to the next frame, and that's just the one. Sorry about that.
Sam, you're watching the 420 roll.
We are YUK and you're watching the 420 roll. Hypnotized and soldiers crying out to Jesus, their skin is torn, their bodies bleeding, they get no answer from the sky. Another soldier left to die, one body, two bullets, watch that bullet ricochet. Soldiers' families all more in debt, while the ones who sent them out get paid. Soldiers march through battlegrounds while politicians sit on their couch. Who gives a damn who started this, as long as we're the ones who win. Put your flags up, wave them high, the cost of freedom is all their lives. Put your flags up and wave them high. Put your flags up, wave them high, the cost of freedom is all their lives. Put your flags up and wave them high. I pity Republicans who let their poor die in hunger, taking away rights and making millionaires stronger, stealing from the weak to give to the rich, and we should freaking kill the leader, put his body in a ditch. The Twin Towers burning was a scheme against America. A lot of people die because your president's a murderer. Bush's family tree got their veins filled with oil. March the troops into battle, put the bodies in the soil. Put your flags up, wave them high, the cost of freedom is all their lives. Put your flags up and wave them high. Put your flags up, wave them high, the cost of freedom is all their lives. Put your flags up and wave them high.
riding with some Hoovervilles.
You know, sort of like the image of the 1930s hobo town.
Right.
Something that, you know, we all thought was no longer a part of America.
Oh, it's like it's fixing to become a big part of America, Bushville.
Bushville. We ought to call them Bushville. Bush camps. Bush camps. Bush camps.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, hey.
Just on my way out.
Excellent.
Huh? Okay. If you insist.
Come in, come in.
How are you doing?
Okay, how are you? I want to thank you for having a voice for Asheville.
Oh.
I said I want to thank you for having a voice for Asheville. You're doing fantastic at this upfront content.
Thank you.
You are a celebrity.
Very good.
That was the nicest thing anybody said to me today. Thank you,
He
Larry.
sincerely loves compliment.
I you know that, and you know, honestly, I have been feeling a little bit doldrumy lately, so it really cheers me up to hear you say
Yeah, here.
lots of little things. But anyway,
Or wherever you want to sit. This would be easier probably to get you on camera. Let me see if I take him off.
Yeah, take
camera.
me off.
Let's see.
I gotta go, guys. Though I have to.
Adios,
my mother
amigo.
for care for a little dog.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
What kind of little dog?
She's got a little Yorkie
a small
Terrier,
little dog.
13, 14-year-old, like really old little dog. Like one of these very, you know, very, very dumb but very sweet little dog baby. So we're taking her for the weekend.
Oh, la, la.
You take care.
I'm gonna talk to you.
I got $20 in my pocket.
Can I have it?
Huh?
Can I have it?
Oh Lord. And a razor blade. I got a straight razor in my pocket. And that's no lie.
Just position it.
I got a straight razor in my pocket. Okay.
I'm straight as in the pocket now. Gonna be a good time to sing the blues.
We're making them up as we go today. You
That's
know.
all you can do.
Yeah, there's lots of blues. Lots of blues. Ain't no lack of the blues.
There's a tradition in that, you know. Oh.
Well, I was gonna go vote today, but I couldn't get my butt to go.
Uh-oh.
By the time I got out of work, I was.
Okay, well, okay. Do me a favor. Move the cookies, yeah, and put the microphone where the cookies are. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. You're good. Now you got a mic. Now talk to me. I'll sound check it.
Yo, mama.
Okay, keep talking.
Yo, mama.
Oh, you're there. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that I wasn't lying. See what I mean?
Oh. Ow. That might be why you're walking funny. I just say things like
Ain't walking funny. Okay. Oh Lord, and this tea right here probably is getting there. It's probably time to have some of that. And
So how are you?
so what?
How are you?
I'm all right. How about you? I'm here, as you see.
And it is a Friday.
It is a Friday. I've been running around. I've just been finishing lots of technical stuff because I've been doing the. I just did the I was like 10 minutes late or 15 minutes late on the 420 roll.
Oh, wow.
You didn't see my new favorite band.
Yuck.
Yuck, you did see it.
I
like that.
recorded the show on DVD, and I scanned through it really quick, and I couldn't. It was like almost 10 o'clock this morning. I finally went to bed from going to work.
I know exactly.
I'm like, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. It got more and more incredible the more I watched. But I didn't get. I got through the 420 roll, and Marsha was here, and all this other stuff. But I didn't get as far as the second 420 roll. So
Right.
I didn't see
It was the
rest.
same as the first one.
Oh, was it?
It was.
Okay.
But we
Well,
had
it's nice to see, protest songs being sang out on the street by young people. I mean, brother, it's going to happen. Yeah, that's one of the things. All these governments all around the world are a little bit worried about the food prices going up and the fuel prices going up. People are starting to say, well, maybe I don't like this, and they're saying, hey, you up there at the top, I don't know if I like this or not, you know?
Right, and at the same time, reporting the largest, the largest profits that they have ever made, like the oil companies reporting that not only the largest profits that they have ever made, but being also among the largest profits that any corporations have ever made in history. Well, duh.
Well, down here at the bottom, boys, things ain't looking too good, you know?
Yeah,
Desperation Row.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, desperation.
Yeah.
Well, listen, stick them the chocolate those things. Let me start with one of those because they came in first.
They're fresh.
Let me steal just one of those and see what kind of mess I can make with that.
You own? Oh, you're playing.
Organic milk is almost $7 a gallon.
Yeah, I saw $7.99 a half a gallon.
No, it wasn't a half a gallon. It had to be a gallon. That's not
Was-
bad.
I was at Bob's place this morning, and I thought the price tag said $7.99. They were half gallons.
No kidding. I don't think it could be, but you could be right.
I don't know. I mean, it was in the middle, on one of those middle chests down by the beef, things that we don't eat anymore.
I've got some good beef. Gently killed beef.
Did you raise it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we start eating this stuff, the conversation often dies out.
That's true.
I'm gonna get us some napkins as soon as just a minute here.
Yeah, it's pretty good away.
I think they've got a gummy bear in them.
Oh, really?
Thinking of it as a variation on a king cake. Or they've got more than one gummy bear in them. Have you prepared a song for today?
I haven't. My other guitar broke.
Can you just do one like as though you had prepared one? I'm gonna go get napkins.
Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mess already.
I'll put you in the camera shot if you'll act like you have a prepared song.
Well, pretty little girl with a red dress on. 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 Well, who's gonna shoe your pretty little feet? Who's gonna glove your hand? Well, who's gonna kiss your ruby red lips till I get home again? Papa will shoe my pretty little feet. Papa will glove my hand. You can kiss my red ruby lips when you come home again. Well, pretty little girl with the red dress on. Pretty little girl with the red dress on. Pretty little girl with the red dress on, Lord, Lord. Pretty little girl with the red dress on. Where have you been since Saturday night? While I was locked up in jail, down around the road with some railroad men. Ain't nothing much to tell. Well, pretty little girl with a red dress on. 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 Silly
Valley
little,
of Jewelry.
silly little song, huh?
That's for Richmond. We have tea ready in the blue pot.
Oh, it is ready?
Let's have some tea. Since that's the point of this whole organization.
Oh, yeah?
Please. Here we are, being very civilized while this, whatever is happening on the screen behind us.
That's 48 walls.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Thank you.
Tea?
Well, I want to thank you for answering my email.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
The orb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you would call an orb.
Yes, when I sent that off to the GPL labs, around the time that the Mars rovers were sending that information, they were a little outraged that I was planting a planet in the sky. They wanted to know where I got the planet. Well, I didn't have any answers, that's why I sent it to them. I wanted to know what planet it could have been.
Yeah.
There's no planet in that kind of sky on that day, on that night, on that side. I'm like, okay, what is it? Well, you're fooling around. Okay, I'm not gonna write to you again. So that was the end of NASA for me.
Those are spirit orbs, and no, they don't exist in their world or in record. There are some who have come forward and said that yes, that they have seen. So.
I hear sometimes you can feel the energy,
Oh yeah.
but sometimes you don't know, you're not aware of what it is.
Right.
Are you to be scared?
No.
Are you to be?
Well,
Should one be?
Should one be? And it's like, no, you really shouldn't
Should
be
one be
scared
frightened?
unless they physically harm you.
Like if they dive bomb you or something.
Right.
It would be frightful.
I mean, it's been known that, yeah.
I mean, I go to the cemetery up here every day, and I can go up, or every day, or whatever. I mean, whenever I'm around. And I always know, like if you're worried about your CAR, I always know that when I go to that cemetery, that nothing will ever happen to me. Nothing bad will ever happen to me. So
You might get
I get
buried.
that feeling.
Well, if you surround yourself with the white light, I mean, you should always surround yourself with the white light. When you protect yourself, wherever you go, then, that's the easier, okay, I don't have to worry.
That's good. Perfect. We're surrounded by white light. And white hands, loving hands.
That's it.
Loving, kind
Jonathan's
hands.
hands.
That's all right. Jonathan's hands are loving and kind.
Yeah. See, that is a big pot of. Yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand, and therefore they fear, and there's really nothing to fear. I mean, if there was something to fear, by putting out that scent of, that's what makes it even worse. When you're out in the forest, you don't want to be putting off a scent of.
Right.
When you're around the dog, you don't want to put off a scent of.
They know.
Right, because they can sense it, just because we can't, or most of us can't. But yeah, don't ever fear. And the presence is around you, so you just communicate, and you'll learn that they'll communicate back with you.
How can you premeditatedly take pictures of that like that? I mean, that was
I expect
before and
them to
afters
be
were
there.
not there, so you just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, I ask, and I'll take, something along, and, for the fairies. Yeah, and just, come out. And then you expect them. I like to go at dusk. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
That's
this
more respectful when you're going to a cemetery instead of going.
Yeah,
at
this one
night.
was like, it was like January 4th, 2004 or something like that. And it was very end of sunset, very end. When the sun wasn't even in our sky at all. And it's like everything was all right with the world. I mean, like everything was just calm. And I didn't, this wasn't anything I could see or feel or
It
just
just
and it
appeared
wasn't
on
on
your photo.
before, it wasn't after, it was just on that one. You know, and I am a photographer, so I know it's not a thundog. I know it wasn't a reflection of some other something. There was just nothing there.
Yeah, that stuff like that doesn't surprise me. I was just up. I'll have to go up in the other room and get some pictures that I just took over in Jackson County, over at Wolf Lake. That was really neat. There was a great big lake, like a mile. We were way up high, taking pictures out over, and it was like way cool. But I have a couple of paranormal. There was an 1800 cemetery there, cemetery from the 1800s. So yeah, I've got a couple of photos that are like, yeah.
Well, where I was brought up in Southborough, Massachusetts. So almost all the cemeteries there are old.
Beautiful.
My mom is buried
yeah.
right in back of Warner Oland. You know, so
Where?
it's like Warner in Southborough, Mass.
You know what's really interesting? The cemetery was Owen. Yeah.
Really?
Owen.
Owen. We're at the 1800s. The family plot was Owen.
That is weird.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are a lot of famous people, or you know, way back they were famous. But it's historical.
Rather be a unknown live person as a famous dead person.
There you go.
Well, aren't you better known dead than alive? Most of
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
Live rich,
Well,
live poor and die
That's,
rich.
that's the life of an artist.
Of what?
Of an artist.
Live poor and die rich.
Live poor and die rich. Are we all artists? Let's hope.
Artiste.
Have you been to Marshall? Come down to Marshall on Sundays. We're having our market party. Our farmers market's opening on the island.
On Sunday is that what you said?
On Sunday, yeah. 1 till 4, I think is what we're running.